Reddit ask me anything. I am a man that was dead twice, about 2 minutes at a time. Ask me anything. Motorcycle accident. First death. Immediately after the accident my body shut down from the pain and physical damages on my body. No pulse, no breathing and no consciousness. Second death. I was in agonizing pain after surgery, so I received loads of painkillers. The pain, coupled with an immense amount of painkillers, caused my pulse to drop to around 10 BPM and my respiratory system shut down. Is there anything you want to do before you die again? All I want to accomplish in life is to have fun and make other people's lives better as best as I can. No personal achievement will matter to me once I'm dead. The only thing that will live on after my death will be my impact on the people that are still alive. And hopefully my impact will be positive. Did you know you were dead when everything went black? Or did they tell you later that you had died and you were like, oh, that's what that was? I had no idea. Like I said, it was just black emptiness. No thoughts, no consciousness, nothing. The only reason I know is because the doctors were obligated to share the information with me. So yeah, you were dead for a couple of minutes. Just for your information, hahaha. So if the doctors wouldn't have said anything, I would have just thought that I took a dreamless nap. The description of black emptiness is fascinating. Do you feel you experience this time of black emptiness, or is it more that your memory of the experience was pain, gap in experience, pain? If there truly was nothing, your experience would have been nothing, not even black emptiness. I wonder if that is just how your memory has filled in that blank. It's a really hard one to get my head around. Congrats on being alive. Damn. That's actually hard for me to answer. It was definitely not just a gap. Much like a dreamless nap, you don't just wake up and feel like time just jumped ahead. You know that you've been asleep for a while. At the same time, you can't really remember experiencing anything at all, unless you had a dream. So yes and no. I experienced something, and that something was nothing. Have you heard of the 7-second theory, where 7 seconds before you die you are in a dream-like state, and since you are in a dream time can dramatically slow down? What if you are still dying from the first time and the second time was when you really died but they just used a defibrillator to temporarily get your heart started again? What if you are dying right now and never woke up from the first time? Also, I am very bored. Hahaha, well then this dream really lacks imagination. And lacks all the hot celebrities that should be taking care of me. Actually never heard of that theory. How could anyone possibly know if that's true? Next time you die, as soon as you wake up write down what you remember. I know for sure that sometimes I do dream, but later in the day I forget. Good luck with that. Do you plan on going for the hat trick? Trying my best. Has your near-death experience changed how you view or live your life in any way? I focus a lot more on just trying to live in the moment and have fun. Sounds cliche, but that's basically it. Also, I used to think about things that could kill me and be afraid, cautious. Like the risk of being electrocuted and be afraid of how easily something like that could kill me. Now I still think about the risks of death injury, but I don't really care. If I die, then I die. Sounds like I'm suicidal, haha, but I'm not. There's just no point in dwelling on stuff like that. Are you religious? Did the accident change this at all? I have always been an atheist, but I have always had a part of me that hoped there was a god or heaven or something greater than us. I mean, who wouldn't want there to be a heaven? I am still an atheist, and now I know that there is no such thing as God or heaven. At least not for me. My reasoning behind that is no god would ever put a person and family through such an experience. I mean, that would be one ducked up god, hahaha. I am an atheist, and always will be, but I believe that your belief is your belief. The only thing we can share is our own experiences and let people make up their own mind. People need to stop forcing their own beliefs onto others. 1. Has your body suffered any permanent damage? 2. Will you continue to ride motorcycles? It's still too early to say. My knee was completely crushed and that is the only body part that hasn't fully recovered. I can bend it to about 110 degrees now, but it's a work in progress. You'll be surprised on how resilient the human body really is, and how good it is at repairing. I had a broken back, torn off shoulder, 5 broken ribs, a punctured lung, a disassembled ankle. I think that's about it. Everything has recovered to 100% except for my knee, and that's pretty awesome. 2. I want to continue riding motorcycles, but I won't. It's too painful to see how it affects my family and friends. No amount of joy in riding bikes will ever be enough to put my family and friends in such a situation. If you understand what I mean. My English isn't that great. Your English is great, you big silly goose. Were you aware before you died that you were in the process of dying? I'm guessing you mean aware and not away. Well, the first time was right before the accident and the only thing in my mind was oh duck. The second time I had no idea. I was in pain and all of a sudden there was nothing. Just no life. Then I was awake and in pain again. Yes, I did mean aware and also. That's interesting and somewhat comforting. When you go you just stop everything. That actually doesn't sound horrible as I'd always imagined it would be. Same here. I always imagined different ways of dying and how painful certain things must be. But once you're dead you won't even remember the pain. It's a weird thing that something so depressing can still be so comforting. Were you scared before you died or was it just so fast there was no emotion? It's hard to say if what I felt was fear. I'll try to explain. You know that feeling when you're about to sleep and you feel like you're falling and you wake up? That's what it felt like right before I crashed. Just a sudden shock. I don't think there's enough time to process the information and connect the situation with an emotion. You just feel that something's not right. I hope that analogy works, haha. Did you bring anything back with you from the other side? Accidentally brought back Hitler, but no worries. He's locked up in my basement. What did you like to do to keep yourself occupied in the hospital? Most of the time, begging for painkillers and just hoping for the pain to disappear. As the pain got better, I watched about 100 million movies. My favorite movies are the Dark Knight trilogy. The impact that movie had on me during my time at the hospital was unbelievable. Seeing Batman get destroyed in the last movie and having to recover in order to climb out of that hole. Man, it really felt like the movie was telling me to fight this and climb out of my own little hell. Best advice. Music plus movies that empower you. How do you feel about organ donations before and or after your accident? My thoughts on organ donations are unchanged. I want to donate my whole body. I believe that it's super selfish to hold on to your organs when you have literally no use for them. Do something meaningful after death and help save others' lives. If I donate my eyes, I'll be blind in the afterlife is probably one of the many excuses for not donating organs. I think that's ducking idiotic. I would rather go blind in the afterlife if there is one, and help someone. And seriously, blind in the afterlife? How good can the afterlife be if there is a chance for you to be blind? Do you fear your inevitable final death more or less now that you've experienced what it is like to die? I remember almost drowning when I was 10 and trying so hard to get above water until I just kind of accepted it and it was almost nice after that. I hope my final moments will be like that instead of trying desperately to claw my way from the abyss. Screaming. I definitely fear it less. I know now that death is nothing worse than sleeping. When you die, you just stop existing. Nothing to worry about. Well, obviously when you're at your final death and perhaps burning alive or something, it will be terrifying and painful. It will be living hell. But after a while it will all be over and you won't even have that memory to haunt you. Soup or salad? Soup during winter. Salad during summer. Nice. I'm a soup all year round guy. You don't win friends with salad. Did you have a thought of this? Is it just before you died or did your mind just suddenly turn off? The only thought I had was the words oh duck. There was no time to think about what could happen. Oh duck, then just black emptiness. What was the cause of your motorcycle accident? Well, long story short, construction workers forgot to put warning signs on the freeway. I came on my bike at 90 km/h in a turn and saw the obstruction. I had nowhere to turn so I hit the brakes and bam. How did the conversation go when the doctors told you that you had died? And what was your reaction? Well, my first reaction was OMFG. That's ducking cool. Now I can tell my friends that I've been dead and come back to life etc, but most of those thoughts was the morphine talking. Then reality sets in, and I realized that wow, I could have been dead right now. That's when I started to understand how serious my situation really was. Since you were only dead for 2 minutes, did you ever ponder on the thought that it could take longer to pass on to the afterlife, seeing as you were resuscitated by the doctors in a short space of time? Well, I've never believed in the afterlife to start with, so no, that never crossed my mind. Were your family told that you were dead, or did the doctor just arrive at the conclusion and was like, what the hell? Do you think that you are possibly immortal? Well, I was only dead for a period of about 2 minutes at a time, so no, but they, including me, were informed later on when I was stabilized that I had been dead. Well, this sort of thing isn't that uncommon apparently. The doctors knew exactly what to do to Frankenstein me back to life. Hell no. If anything, this experience has shown me how mortal we really are. There is no way in hell that I thought I was ever going to be close to death before I hit like 60 years of age. I am 22 and already almost lost my life. I died once due to septic shock following an appendectomy. Can we be friends? I'll send you a friendship bracelet. Do you still plan to ride your motorcycle, or are you switching to a safer mode of transport? No more bikes for me, at least not in the near future. It affects my family and friends too much. Since your deaths, do you feel like you want to settle down and have kids and all that? If you don't already. No. I am only 22, so if anything, this has made me think that I want to live my life first, before I bring someone else into my life. Also, this experience was quite challenging both physically and mentally, and it still is. So I really can't afford to spend time and energy on someone else. I need to focus on getting back to 100% before I can even think about caring for someone else. So when you actually die, you will have died 3 times, assuming you are not revived again? Hahaha, damn. That means my IRL KDA will be lower than everyone else's colon. On your gravestone, are you going to go with all 3 of your deaths? Or just the last one? I don't really know the etiquette on things like that. I'm think of getting 3 gravestones. That feels like the right thing to do, huh? What if you're actually dead right now and this is all just a dream? Oh, alright, real question incoming here. Do you think your accident has changed your life, and in what ways? Then this dream sure sucks compared to my other dreams with Jessica Alba, Olivia Wilde, and so on. Hahaha, I've answered that question earlier. Please refer to that post, Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.